It's Thursday, the 7th of June, a day after Anas had the city of Accra on lockdown, as thousands trooped to the Accra International Conference Centre to watch number 12. Kennedy Agyapong has been dragged to Parliament's Privilege Committee for comments he made concerning Majority Leader Osei Mensah. And on Twitter, hashtag if Shatawale were president is trending. Hello and welcome to Joy News Interactive with me, Mapita CBD. You can catch the show live on DSTV channel 421 and Go TV channel 144. But you can join the interactive train on Facebook and Twitter. We are Joy News on TV. Now let's start with Twitter and its hashtags. So the first one, as you can see on our Ghana Trends, is number 12. The second one is Kwesi Nyantakyi, and the third one is Anas. As you can see there, we've got Kwesi Arthur, we've got the president, we've got Xylophone Cash, GHPL, we've got hashtag for CEO. So let's start with the number 12 trending issue there. Let's see if we can get our issues on the screen there. Let's see if we can get some of the tweets. Remember to join the interactive train on Facebook and Twitter. We are Joy News on TV. Keep your tweets and comments coming. On YouTube, we are My Joy Online TV. Let's go to our first tweet at Tony, who says, not a hashtag Nyantakyi fan, but I cringed the entire time he was on. Felt so embarrassed for the man. Hashtag number 12. And at Sadiq Adam says, I have been researching into why Ghanaian bribe takers add goats on top. Preliminary findings are because bribe money stinks and goats stinks. It's a balance. Hashtag number 12. At Sadiq comes back and says, Nyantakyi says he knows for a fact that N. Akufo-Addo sold his properties to win the elections, so his family is very broke. His brothers are always asking for money, therefore the $5 million bribe will ease the burden. Hashtag number 12. And at Bridget_O2 says, some ref who awarded 2 dubious penalties in a Hearts of Oak game went back to Anas Global that he's overperformed, so they should top up the bribe. Hashtag I'm Anas. Hashtag number 12. And at Rec1 says, only sex tape can make Ghana forget Anas. Hashtag number 12. And at TJ63 says, Ghanaians should not forget to give credit to the fireman at Countryman Songo, who started the fight against corruption in GFA, while others sit unconcerned thinking that at Countryman Songo is just making noise. Hashtag number 12. And at Young F Spot says, at the Nanaba, in an A class of 40 students, 20 offers Kwesi and 20 offers Nyantakyi, find X. Hashtag number 12. And at Pharrell_G says, for real_G says, this match self, them say it be your man way fix some. Red Lions and Green Hawks. Hashtag number 12. Hashtag Nyantakyi. Hashtag I am Anas. And as you can see there, the game is on your screens. So you can go to Twitter and check out some of those tweets. But at Kojo_JN says, Chale, so God go show one a judgment day video day. Lord, we for change or hashtag number 12. And at Kabang Enoch says, the Bible says the truth shall set us free. Is Ghana looking for ways for this great truth to set us free, or we are simply still playing political games and tricks? Hashtag number 12. And at Nikote says, if this is the amount of theft and pillage happening in our football space, then imagine what happens in our oil and gas sector. Hashtag West Africa Leaks. Hashtag number 12. Like I said earlier on our Ghana trends, the second trend is Kwesi Nyantakyi with 13,000 tweets. Let's see if we can get some of those tweets onto your screens. Hashtag number 12 was the first trend in your Ghana trends. Second one is Kwesi Nyantakyi. So let's get those tweets. B. Malno says, Ghana. Why is Kwesi Nyantakyi still head of Ghana football? Okay, still head of Ghana football. Why? Why has he not resigned? Don't we have any shame? Ben Duchumalo. Okay, let's go to Eben, who says, Mr. Kwesi Nyantakyi, I'm sure you still have your last correct score for today's Iceland friendly. Don't be selfish today too. Drop it, make the boys feel today la. And at Tilly_Brock says, y'all on Kwesi Nyantakyi's case, but everybody has a price. Know your worth. Hashtag number 12. And at Pashurundi says, Kwesi Nyantakyi should be treated as one who attempted coup and has been caught. And at NYDJ Live says, we believe Kwesi Nyantakyi's utterances about Ken Agyapong. His statement about Mahama, but think he was merely bragging about how much could influence the president, the vice, and the ministers. We accept what sounds sweet to us depending on where we sit. We are sick as a people. And at that Ghana boy says, why is Kwesi Nyantakyi still in office? I can't get my head around that. In some parts of Asia, court corrupt leaders commit suicide the next day. And at Richard Kopse says, does it mean that Kwesi Nyantakyi solved the match between Ghana and Uruguay? That's why Asamoah Gyan had to spoil that penalty to break our hearts. Come to think of this one too. All right, at O'Neill_GH says, take me as your brother. Kwesi Nyantakyi saw monies and wanted to switch families. So keep your tweets and comments coming on Joy News on TV, Facebook and Twitter. Now let's go to another hashtag that's been trending. If Shatta Wale were president. So people have been bringing those tweets. If Shatta Wale were president, we'll bring those tweets to you now onto your screens. People are just saying if Shatta Wale were president, freedom would be our national anthem. Okay, so let's go to at John Benjamin 19. So he said, a hashtag, if Shatta Wale were president, I would gift him a goat christened. Hashtag number 12, CC at Shatta Wale GH. And at MM Melton says, someone said those officials who didn't take the bribe should be added to Ghana's Big Six. Hashtag number 12, hashtag if Shatta Wale were president. And at Jaden_WAP says, if hashtag if Shatta Wale were president, oh my gosh, the fisherman's son will always be called honorable because his mind is full of business. At Shatta Wale won't allow the poor to be dragged to court unlawfully. Equality will be the major key here. Give what belongs to Caesar to Caesar. So that's hashtag if Shatta Wale were president. But let's go to this tweet. If at Shatta Wale be president for GH, like every citizen go be rich, pass I swear. Hashtag if Shatta Wale were president. And at Johnny Morgan 456 says, hashtag if Shatta Wale were president, like at Sarkodie will be his vice, and we'll all get one house, one swimming pool at Shatta Wale at Sarkodie. So one house, one swimming pool if Shatta Wale were president. But at Young Star Bank says, hashtag if Shatta Wale were president, like he will burn fake churches by now. Hey, all right. So keep your tweets coming. We really appreciate it. Hashtag if Shatta Wale were president, what do you think would happen? Now let's talk white privilege, and it's a tweet that's been trending, hashtag white privilege in GH. So people have been sharing their experiences of white privilege. We'll be going to our phone lines very soon, but first let's go to Twitter, and at Chief Witch says hashtag white privilege in GH is when white girls are allowed to keep their hair long in schools, while black Ghanaian girls must cut theirs or bring medical evidence as to why they cannot. And Chief Witch again says hashtag white privilege in GH is when white women get a pass for wearing skimpy clothes, while black women are vilified by other Ghanaians for wearing the same thing. And at V Courage says hashtag white privilege in GH is when a white researcher is granted audience to certain locations, meetings, big men and information, but Ghanaian researchers are refused access to same. And at Yokuzu says hashtag white privilege in GH is when my lecturer used a picture of a blonde white woman to represent an attractive woman in a classroom full of black people, and the ugly woman was a picture of a black woman. At 1penny_FM says white people in GH, how are you checking your privilege where your whiteness guarantees you access to resources that would not be granted to us Ghanaians? When they ask to treat you special because you're white, do you decline or you accept like your colonizing ancestors have done in the past? Hashtag white privilege in GH. And at Johnny says hashtag white privilege in GH is when your fellow Ghanaians treat whites better than they treat you, all in the name of being. Hashtag white privilege in GH. Now let's speak to Mamerba, who started the trend. Good morning.
Good morning, Max. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Now let's start. What inspired you to start with this movement?
So, I mean, I've always noticed white privilege in Ghana. I've noticed it everywhere I've gone, actually. But what really started it was the fact that a few days ago I was in the bank and a black guy, Ghanaian guy, was on the phone. The security man immediately told him, "Oh, go outside. You don't receive calls in the bank." And that was fine. And then a few minutes later, an Indian guy walks in, receives a call, and is on the phone for like 3-4 minutes. Nobody's saying anything. He's just sitting there. So then the Ghanaian guy just starts like going off, like, "Why would you tell me to go out, but then you see this Indian guy and you're not saying anything because you're scared of him?" And it was a whole thing. And I realized there's so many situations where we face white privilege, where we Ghanaians enforce it on behalf of white people or people we presume to be white or close to whiteness. And so it transcends from actual white people, Caucasians, to Arabs, to Indians. It's just different people.
Yeah.
And so I decided to start the hashtag to point out those issues and allow for people to be able to express their encounters with white privilege so we can go forward and tackle the issue.
Now, what has been your personal experience with white privilege in Ghana? I mean, you witnessed the one in the bank, but you're happening to you.
I mean, I've walked into restaurants and I've been seated there for 5-10 minutes. Nobody would come and ask me what do I want to order. Yes, a white person would come in, and the same waiters and waitresses would be falling over their feet to go and smile and ask them to sit down, even show them to their seats. I've also, I was actually harassed at La Galette, and I'm going to mention him because I think people need to know that it's wrong. I was asked, I ordered a drink, they brought me the menu, and the waitress asked me if I'm sure I can pay the bill. And then another, she asked, are you sure you can pay the bill? Have you seen the price on the drink you're ordering? And then the same person, there was a white guy sitting next to me. She gave him the menu. He picked out his order, and she didn't ask that question. So I eventually had to call her back.
Can you just repeat that last sentence? We can't hear you.
Okay, so there was a white guy that was sitting right next to me, and she handed him his menu. She picked out what he wanted to order, and she didn't ask him if he had seen the price and if he could pay the bill. And so I called her back, and I called her out on it. I said, what do you mean by can I pay the bill? She didn't ask the other guy the same question. She said, oh, because we've changed our prices, so I wanted to inform you that we changed them. I said, yeah, but you didn't do the same thing with the white group that's sitting right here. So that tells me that you assume that I cannot pay because I'm dressed down and I'm sitting at a place where you think that as a black person I may not be able to afford, but that you don't afford that same disrespect to the person you assume or presume to be white. And so those are instances where it's countless things at the airport, in so many places where you go. It happens not just in so-called lower class spheres, but it happens in elite society, it happens in middle class society and other societies. It happens in education. Everywhere around us there's white privilege. And because we are not educated to what it is, and because we are indoctrinated to think that whiteness is inferior, and so we don't even realize we're reinforcing white privilege in our society, ourselves, on behalf of white people or people who are presumed to be white.
All right, so thank you so much for your time. Hashtag white privilege in Ghana. I hope this opens a conversation and people can talk about hashtag white privilege in GH. On that note, we're going to take a quick breather. When we come back, we'll be bringing you more. Welcome back from that breather. You're still watching Joy News Interactive with me, Mapita CBD. Now, Member of Parliament for Asin Central, Kennedy Agyapong, has been dragged before the Privileges Committee of Parliament for describing the legislature as useless. The Minority Caucus describes the attitude as one which is unbecoming of the controversial MP, saying his comments in the media repeatedly brings the name of Parliament into disrepute. We posted that on Facebook and we want to take some of your comments. Let's start with Osman Abdul Estaman, who says Kennedy knows what he's talking about. There's no two ways about this. Apology, I think, will be the final verdict, trust me. So at least said about this matter, the better. And at Joe Pope S says, I respect this man and like him very well, but he for insult the whole country. I'm sorry. Okay, all right. So he respects the man. But at Abdul says they should fine him. He talks too much. Blah, blah, blah. Why such people like him are not needed in the Parliament House? I wonder in his constituency he's seen as the only competent man, or what they should, or they should present better people. Valanyo Akatia says, I will not support Ken Agyapong for someone to fight against corrupt public officials, but I think some Ghanaians in haste telling Honorable Kennedy Agyapong that he's being talkative. Why don't we listen to the facts he also has? Anas is a human being like we all and can never be a saint. Let's not devalue our motherland, Ghana. And at Prince says, I like him, but he talks too much. Josh Kofi says, I ask, is there no school teacher or any level-headed in Asin Central that can communicate better? This maverick political quack has become a constituency burden and a national embarrassment. And Adam says, this MP is above the law in Ghana. They are just wasting their time. I hope he cannot behave that in the US because he knows very well that that country will not tolerate any nonsense. And Abraham Smith says, it looks as if Ken will be decapitated before the Privilege Committee, but it will yield nothing. And at James Dodd says, Kennedy should always remember Proverbs 14:17. He talks too much. It was a wonderful Thursday edition of Joy News Interactive with me, Mapisa Sibidi. Remember, you can keep the interactive train on Facebook and Twitter. We are Joy News on TV. Stay blessed.